from Anshe Sfard Bethel Emeth Congregation. It's time to take 10 minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Acharei Mot-Kedoshim, cautious encounters. If we look at Parshat Acharei Mot, all of a sudden we're talking about the sons of Aaron. After the sons of Aaron died, they were told to be cautious about their encounter with God. But why now? Now it's after the sons of Aaron? Didn't you notice we had Parshat Tazria, Metzora, half of Parshat Shmini talking about kashrut? Now it's after the sons of Aaron? It's not after the sons of Aaron. That was three parshiot ago that Aaron's sons died as they brought a strange fire before God. What's going on? What's the connection? In order to understand why our parsha opens up with the words after the death of the sons of Aaron, why our parsha associates the death of the sons of Aaron with the whole laws of Yom Kippur, we need to understand something more broadly about the book of Vayikra and more broadly about the relationship of narrative and law in the Torah. In the book of Shmot and Bamidbar, these two books, Exodus and Numbers, there is a story that's being told, as there's a narrative, and it's often rudely interrupted by the various laws. So for instance, if we're talking about the Exodus from Egypt, it's interrupted by discussion of the laws of the Paschal Lamb. We're talking about receiving the Torah at Sinai, it's interrupted by the various laws that they received. In the book of Bamidbar, if we're talking about the spies, we'll talk about we're not going to Israel now. It'll take 40 years. When we get there, we'll have certain laws. We're talking about Korach and his rebellion against the Kohanim, and we're going to talk about the laws of the Kohanim and the gifts they receive. So in Shemot and Bamidbar, we have stories which are interrupted by, which are worked together somehow with the laws. However, in Vayikra, the opposite is true. In Vayikra and Leviticus, we have a book of laws, and it's somehow rudely interrupted by a story of the dedication of the temple, where those laws are carried out. How does it work? We begin with laws, Vayikra, Tzav, laws of sacrifices. Then we're talking about the sacrifices. There was a dedication ceremony of the sacrifices, as laid out in Shemot. And in the dedication, the sons of Aaron died. They got too close. They got carried away. In response to that, God says, number one, don't be overly intoxicated. You may get carried away when you're going to the service. And number two, it says, there in Parshat Shmini, you have to distinguish between the holy and the unholy, between the pure and the impure. And also the Kohanim and all of us are in charge of teaching the Jewish people the Torot must be taught. So in fact, the Parshiot then go on to give the various Torot, the various instructions. Zot Torah Behema v'ha'of. These are the laws of kosher and non-kosher. It mentions lahavdil ben atamoya ben atahor. The purpose of kosher is to distinguish between that which is pure, that which is impure. Zot Torah nega tzarat. These are the laws of leprosy. Zot Torah tatzarat. Again and again, 6 times. These are the various Torot, the various laws, instructions. And Zot Torah tazav, the laws of various emissions. The laws seem to be designed lahavdil ben atameo ben atahor, to distinguish between pure and impure animals, kosher and non-kosher, pure and impure individuals, metzora, leper, ezav, people with various emissions of sorts. Then we turn to this parsha. If the others speak about ben atameo, ben atahor, what's pure and impure, this parsha speaks about ben hakodesh uben hachol, when you can go into the Holy of Holies and when you cannot. Something that the sons of Aaron apparently didn't understand. So that we haven't been rudely interrupting the story of the sons of Aaron and all of a sudden we return to it this week. No. We've all along been responding to the death of the sons of Aaron with laws of separation between pure and impure. And this week we need to understand between the holy and the not holy, when you can go to the holy, when you can't. And that's what Acharei Mot is all about, the laws of how to get in to the Holy of Holies. The rest, then, strangely enough, the book goes back to laws. We return to a series of laws. There is no narrative. And we return to the pristine state of laws we had at the very outset of the book of Vayikra. So if we ask ourselves, what is this book of Vayikra? Book of Vayikra is telling us about korbanot, of how to get close. Adam ki yakriv, a person wants to come close to God. The sons of Aaron came too close. So we need separation. It's a series of laws in these past parshiot and this week as well, telling us how to have cautious encounters. Encounters with God in which we understand borderlines between God and the human being. Kodesh and Chol, Tameh and Tahor, pure and impure, holy and unholy. And if we do that, if we understand that purity, sanctity, spirituality, ecstasy of spirit has to come together with laws, boundaries. If we understand that, then we can cautiously have an encounter with the Holy One. Thank you for joining us here, the Anshe Sephardi Beth Elameth congregation, for our discussion of Parshat Acharei Mot-Kedoshim. Feel free to see past years and our discussions of other parshiot and holidays as well as our how-to videos. Thank you also to Jason Lefkowitz for our technical assistance today. And thank you for joining us. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein. To learn more, visit ASBEE.org.